The entertainment industry is erupting with controversy tonight after explosive footage emerged showing Sukai allegedly pushing a staff member at the entrance to Tan Songyun's highly anticipated concert, sparking immediate fears of another humiliating ejection, and raising serious questions about what really transpired in those tense moments before security almost removed both stars from the venue for the second time in recent memory. Witnesses at the scene describe a chaotic confrontation that escalated within seconds, with Sukai reportedly becoming physical with a security staff member who was blocking his entry into the concert hall, where his close friend and colleague Tan Songyun was preparing to perform for thousands of eager fans. But here's what nobody is talking about and what the leaked videos don't show. Was Sukai's reaction justified by yet another case of incompetent staff work and bureaucratic nightmare? Or has the pressure from the Golden Rooster incident finally pushed him over the edge into behavior that could destroy his carefully cultivated reputation? Sources inside the venue reveal that what happened in those critical moments before security backup arrived was far more complex and emotionally charged than the viral clips suggest, involving miscommunication, trauma from past experiences, and a security team that may have targeted the actor deliberately because of his previous controversies. Did you see the exact moment Sukai's hand made contact with the staff member's chest? What happened in the 3 seconds before that physical contact will completely change how you view this scandal. The incident occurred approximately 45 minutes before Tan Songyun's concert was scheduled to begin at the prestigious Shanghai Mercedes-Benz Arena, one of China's premier entertainment venues known for hosting major international acts and high-profile domestic concerts by the country's biggest stars. Sukai had arrived at the venue's VIP entrance alongside several other celebrity guests who had been personally invited by Tan Songyun to attend her first major solo concert, a milestone event that represented years of preparation and a significant expansion of her artistic career beyond her already legendary acting work. According to multiple eyewitnesses and security camera footage that has since been partially leaked to various media outlets, Sukai approached the entrance with his credentials clearly visible and his demeanor initially calm and professional, fully expecting the smooth entry that his invitation status and previous relationship with venue staff at other events would normally guarantee. When the security staff member physically blocked Sukai's path and refused to even look at his credentials, cameras captured something in his eyes that fans are calling traumatized terror from the Golden Rooster nightmare. The first signs of trouble emerged when the staff member stationed at the VIP entrance, whose identity has not been officially confirmed but whom sources describe as a relatively inexperienced security contractor who had been briefed inadequately about the evening's guest list and protocol procedures, failed to immediately recognize Sukai despite his obvious celebrity status and distinctive appearance that has made him one of China's most recognizable actors. Rather than politely asking to verify credentials or calling a supervisor to confirm the actor's invitation status, the staff member reportedly took an aggressive and confrontational stance, physically positioning himself to block the entrance while demanding that Sukai step back and wait, without any explanation of what he was supposedly waiting for or why his clearly documented invitation was being questioned. This immediate confrontational approach, coming so soon after the traumatic Golden Rooster Awards incident where Sukai had been similarly challenged and ultimately ejected despite having legitimate credentials, triggered what witnesses describe as visible distress and rising panic in the actor's demeanor and body language. What happened next shocked everyone present. Sukai's voice started shaking as he tried to explain about the Golden Rooster incident, but the staff member allegedly laughed and said, "I don't care about your excuses." According to multiple witness accounts that have been shared across social media platforms, and with various entertainment news outlets, Sukai attempted to remain calm and explain his situation to the staff member, pulling out his official invitation from Tan Songyun's management team, along with his identification documents and other credentials that should have immediately resolved any questions about his right to enter the venue. However, the staff member reportedly refused to even look at the documents, instead repeating demands that Sukai move away from the entrance and stop causing problems, in a tone that witnesses characterized as unnecessarily aggressive and dismissive given the circumstances. Some sources claim that during this exchange, Sukai specifically mentioned the Golden Rooster Awards incident and expressed fear that another unjust situation was developing, attempting to appeal to the staff member's understanding and requesting that a supervisor be called to verify his credentials before any hasty decisions were made. The situation reached its critical breaking point when, according to the most detailed witness accounts and analysis of the partially leaked video footage, the staff member moved to physically push Sukai backward and away from the entrance, placing his hands on the actor's shoulders or chest area in what security experts have described as an inappropriate use of physical force given that Sukai had not been aggressive or threatening, and was simply standing his ground while trying to resolve a credential issue. It was at this moment, captured on multiple camera angles from security systems and fan phones in the area, that Sukai reacted by pushing back against the staff member's hands, making contact with the staff member's chest or shoulder area in what some observers characterize as a defensive reaction to being physically handled, and what others describe as an aggressive escalation that crossed professional boundaries regardless of the provocation involved. The immediate aftermath of this physical contact saw the situation escalate dramatically, with the staff member calling for backup security personnel over his radio while other witnesses began gathering around the scene, some filming on their phones and others shouting conflicting instructions and observations about what they believed was happening. Sukai, clearly shaken by the physical confrontation and the terrifying possibility that he was about to be ejected from another major event despite having done nothing wrong beyond defending himself against inappropriate treatment, reportedly began speaking loudly about the injustice of the situation and demanding that management personnel be called immediately to resolve the credential issue before security made another catastrophic mistake. Several other celebrity guests who had been entering through the same VIP entrance witnessed the confrontation and several chose to intervene, including at least 2 well-known actors who vouched for Sukai's identity and invitation status, while questioning why security was treating an obviously legitimate guest with such hostility and physical aggression. The controversy deepened significantly when information began emerging that the staff member involved in the confrontation may have been specifically aware of Sukai's identity and previous Golden Rooster Awards incident, leading to speculation that the aggressive and dismissive treatment was not the result of simple failure to recognize a celebrity guest, but rather a deliberate targeting of an actor who had recently been at the center of a major controversy, and who some security personnel may have viewed as a troublemaker or problem guest regardless of the facts surrounding the previous incident. Multiple sources have claimed that the staff member made comments during or immediately after the physical confrontation suggesting awareness of who Sukai was, and referencing the Golden Rooster situation in ways that implied judgment or bias, rather than neutral application of security protocols. If these allegations are accurate, they would transform the incident from a simple misunderstanding or credential verification issue into something far more troubling involving potential harassment, discrimination, or abuse of security authority against a celebrity who had already been victimized by organizational incompetence at a previous major event. Tan Songyun herself became directly involved in resolving the crisis when her management team alerted her backstage that Sukai was being detained at the entrance and potentially facing ejection from the venue despite being one of her personal invited guests. Sources close to the singer describe her reaction as immediate fury mixed with protective concern for her friend and colleague, with her demanding to speak directly to venue security leadership and threatening to cancel the entire concert if Sukai was not immediately admitted to the venue with a full apology for the treatment he had received. Her intervention, combined with verification of credentials by multiple venue managers who were finally called to investigate the situation properly, ultimately resulted in Sukai being allowed entry approximately 25 minutes after the initial confrontation began, though the physical altercation and the circumstances surrounding it had already been witnessed by dozens of people and recorded on multiple devices that would ensure the story spread rapidly across social media and entertainment news platforms. The question dominating discussions across every major entertainment platform and fan community is whether Sukai's physical response to the staff member's actions was justified self-defense against inappropriate handling or an unacceptable escalation that could have been avoided through continued verbal communication and patience while waiting for supervisory intervention. Legal experts and security professionals consulted by various media outlets have offered conflicting opinions, with some arguing that any physical contact initiated by a guest or attendee against venue staff represents crossing a line regardless of provocation, while others contend that if the staff member did indeed make physical contact with Sukai first in an attempt to forcibly remove him from the entrance area, the actor's response constitutes legitimate defensive reaction to unwanted touching and inappropriate use of security authority. The lack of complete video footage showing every moment of the exchange from clear angles has allowed both interpretations to gain support among different segments of the public and industry observers. Public reaction to the incident has been intensely divided, with passionate arguments erupting across social media platforms between those defending Sukai's actions as understandable given his recent trauma from the Golden Rooster incident and the apparent targeting or incompetence he faced at Tan Songyun's concert entrance, and those condemning any physical contact with staff members as unacceptable celebrity behavior that reflects entitlement and inability to handle normal security procedures with appropriate patience and respect. The hashtag Sukai Push incident has generated hundreds of millions of views and interactions, with fans and critics posting video analysis, personal opinions,